I was laying down with my son tonight, and he's 8 years old, and he put his little arm around my neck when I was sleeping, and I was kind of just holding his arm. And I was remembering the time that he broke his elbow and had 3 pins in his elbow, and had to have those pins in for like 6 weeks. I think he was about 5 years old when that happened. And I remember he had so much pain that in order to sleep at night, he had to put a pillow under his arm, and then he'd have to sleep not moving. And anytime he would try to move, he'd be in excruciating pain, and we had to make sure we kept on the pain medication every 4 or 5 hours to make sure that he was not in pain. And that went on for like 6 weeks, and for 6 weeks neither one of us slept, and I slept in his bed with him just to make sure I could make him comfortable anytime he moved. A lot of you are not just moms, dads too, a lot of parents of young kids. And I was just thinking about all of you and just thinking you need to be kind to yourselves and give yourselves room for that kind of stuff, because life gets stressful and life gets real. After my son's injury, my daughter got really sick. She got a rare bacterial infection, and she was in the hospital for 6 days, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And she was very ill and very dehydrated, and that was a very scary time. And we went to Rady Children's Hospital. You see some really sick kids at Rady's because it's the hospital in all of San Diego County for children. So children being treated for cancers, for all sorts of illnesses. Even though my daughter was sick and I lost a lot of sleep and a lot of worry, I counted myself lucky because there were parents of kids that have some long-term illnesses that I really don't know how they manage family and a sick kid. And I just thought about that with weight loss because I went through all that stuff before I lost the weight, before I figured out my health stuff. And I don't know if I could have taken on something like a major life change in my nutrition during the time of having a child going through something like that. So really what I just wanted to say is be kind to yourself and just take one thing at a time. And then in those moments, when you have a good moment like tonight, when I was hugging my son in bed and he was able to put a healthy arm around me and give me a hug, to treasure those moments as well, and be really, really grateful for the health that you have, because you don't know when it's going to be taken away.